shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ride it. We break you down like a pound. I got it. Don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted. Flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from...
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back who likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And quickly now, a look at the Kansas City offense.
Out wide was the youngest player in the NFL in 2017, Juju Smith-Schuster. And he also had the longest reception in the league last season at 97 yards. Actually well-schooled in route running and able to run from both outside and moving inside to the slot position in order to make big plays.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A gain of 22. Barber on 1st and 10. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. They complete it. Another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down now, it's Barber, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. On 1st down, it's Richards. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. From the 16, Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
A good pick up there, 26 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a first carry for their fullback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
On second down, Finch. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He can run for it, and he will. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33. Looking to throw. Tubbs. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
Check right 54. Right 54. Did you swerve on?
On third down, Finch. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. He'll buy some time right. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 7. A 10-play drive that time. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoffs. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Richards. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Switch.
Running is Barber, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that.
Strip that ball.
On 2nd down now, it's Barber. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. On 1st down, Barber. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. These two teams all tied after 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I can't believe that.
Operating from the gun. Tubbs out to his left. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. The Steelers send out their punter now. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up. There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Mahomes now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Watch the twist. Under 10.
They'll run on 1st down. Richards. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. They go back to the ground. This time Barber. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. They'll try and run here with Barber. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Here's Mahomes to throw. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touch. Getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd down, Finch. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Tubbs. And that's caught inside. Steelers, 43 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 25-yard line.
Check 59, Mike. Ready? 59. Oh, you got deep?
Looking to throw. Tubbs firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 12 more yards there and another first down.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now here's Mahomes. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Mahomes now pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only 1 incompletion. And another 1st and 10 here. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now Mahomes. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richards. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Off play action. Tubbs.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
And the Steelers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. .157 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now the Steelers use the first of their...
Yellow.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first. Back to throw. Tubbs.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Come on.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cochran. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Throwing on first down. Tubbs throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. From there, it's over to our nation's capital to check on the Redskins at home.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Over the middle, complete. That's Cochran. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back.
He's checking.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down. Tubbs firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On third down, Finch. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Offense.
That'll make it 1st and 15. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They'll keep it on the ground. Finch. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On second down now. Birch. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Tubbs. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They'll get 6 on the dump-off, but it'll bring up a 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Has a They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
On first down, Barber trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they're talking about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tubbs. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he down here as he's taken down at the 24. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. To throw on 3rd down, Tubbs. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run with Barber here, right side. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the 3rd quarter. We're back now in KC. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Barber. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture of the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Going to give this time to the tailback. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll keep it on the ground. Finch, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Finch. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. 2nd and 5. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and 5. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. They come up here on 1st and 10. Oh, no, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. On the ground, it's Barber to start the drive. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And now out come the Steelers. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards there and a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Right there, 54 Mike. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me. Go. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Right up.
They'll keep it on the ground. Finch takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
18 Gators.
On 3rd down, Tubbs. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started in minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen get when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
They'll start on the ground with Barber. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Once again, it's Barber. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. It's taken to the 26. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down, Tubbs. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Tubbs. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A gain there of 21 yards. Mahomes now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To try again after the sack. Mahomes. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third down, here comes Barber. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Back to throw. Tubbs. Going to throw right side here. Complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Looking to throw. Tubbs. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. This from long, very long range. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way towards the end zone and give yourself a chance. Your time management sheet tells you with this amount left on the clock, you don't get cute and try and get 2 plays, because if you try that, that's all you're going to get is 1, and it won't be a 1 towards the end zone.
How will they handle it? Let's find out. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This will be taken in at the 1. Wiggles free. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
That's the way. No. Big rip.
They run the counter. Finch. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Looking to throw on second down. Tubbs. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Good job.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Back to throw. Tubbs. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
The Steelers send out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Well, part 1 is done, now part 2. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again. And now it's 2nd down. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up. But in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive, see if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
Gator.
To throw on third down. Tubbs. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
That's it, ready. We go play.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Finch. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Tubbs. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. The screen good for 6. Not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
Set, ready. 60 outlaw. Walk 54. Go, go.
On 4th down, Tubbs. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds after getting...
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
You must get tired of seeing me.
Like.
On 1st down, Tubbs. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
30 base.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Big dribble.
Looking to throw. Tubbs. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Pittsburgh, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas...
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody new, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull off. Hat on and hood on, pedal to metal, when I put my foot on, I got to put on, I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton, receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope, they ain't thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions, and I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Rick Rock. TikTok. West Hip Hop.
Rick Rock Beats.
Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. It's team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving a show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. it like rocket fuel.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to run.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off-play action. Fields. He's airing it out for what? It's caught inside the 25. A big pickup of 38. That reception, it brings him up to the 7. Now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. And they'll try the jet sweep here. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now a look at the defensive starters here for the Steelers. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
That time, a 6-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. It's the Mississippi State product at quarterback. Calling the shots will be Dak Prescott.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete, and they're able to get this one across the 35. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. The numbers for him from a week ago, 7 catches, 85 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948. Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. On second down, Finch. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Defensive starters, here they are for Cincinnati. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Now Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So first possession, 4th and short. Field goal's no gimme from here. What do you think about going for it?
I'm not just thinking about it. I'm signaling go for it. Let's get this, all right? Yeah, look.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. So they pulled a little rabbit out of their hat, nearly for 6, almost got the fake into the end zone. Either way, they're set up really nicely.
So we all fell for the illusion, didn't we? Did they saw someone in half on stage on that one? I mean, that was something right there. We fell for the fake in a big way, as did the defense, and look what it turned into.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's the fullback. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and it converted a second time for 6 points.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. Him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Bengals drive about to get going. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
To throw on 2nd down, Fields. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And he's got this down to the 35. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the 1st. Now a handoff here to his running back. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Off the play fake, Fields. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Back to throw. Fields. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. From 3 yards out. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. As we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They clinch the top spots of the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out and being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually.
Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, I'd make room for them and put them both in uniform.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Prescott on first down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
That's how we do it.
Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a give right side. Finch. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Oh, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Fields. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Fields. And Wilson has it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This quarterback now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. A quick throw there out to Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
We got 3, we got 3, we got 3.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A first down throw for Prescott. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Throw left side complete. It's Cochran. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. They'll run on first down. Finch. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Here we go. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Right back to him on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now. Finch. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Prescott from the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Fields. Caught. It's Wilson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Looking to throw. Fields. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. He shakes him off. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This is taken at his 4. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it is the Jets who have the lead in that one. The Jets locked in a tie.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Let's see what our player spotlight feature has in store with Dak Prescott. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Throwing, Prescott. Throwing left side, it's complete. 23 yards to pick up there. I love that play, because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
On first down, Finch, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Prescott off play action. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. On third down, it's Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cochran. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 42. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Looking to throw, Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Throwing again on second down. Prescott looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
14 moving. Single.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott. This will be caught at about the 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. 3rd and short yardage. Prescott. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 6 yards away. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Badgley on for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
To throw on 3rd down, Fields. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Prescott now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on 3rd.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
Prescott to throw it. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. .49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
After the loss, here's 2nd and 12 from the 18.
Set the tone, defense, let's go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Check 26.
Operating from the gun. Fields. Wide open receiver complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around.
And he's going to go down again.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They'll try the left side. Finch. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Prescott on 3rd and 2. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cochran. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Play action now, Prescott. He finds Riddick complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run on 1st down. Finch, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 51 to mine. Here we go, D. Get off the field. 26.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott over the middle, complete. It's Mancuso. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So here comes a very important kick now for Michael Badgley. Badgley able to punch this one through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This is fielded at the goal line. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return.
Let's go.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with teams jockeying for position, one thing we do know already, they're all set. They've got the #1 seed in their back pocket with still 2 games to go.
And that gives you a chance to experiment a little bit as well. It doesn't mean that you just have wholesale changes, starters don't play. I'm not talking about strictly that. I'm talking about guys who maybe haven't played enough during the year, or you want to see them in different spots. You know, can that running back split out and catch the football a little bit as you head to the playoffs? Maybe you run a few plays to put them on tape and make your opponents watch them and say, oh, we got to prepare for that. A lot of ways they can go, knowing that they own the #1 spot.
Here's Prescott. Hard throw, incomplete.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit, and maybe
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. Fields. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Fields. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Prescott. And he slings one that's incomplete. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. On 1st down, Finch. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
His throw caught at about the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll come out in the pistol. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They run the counter. Finch. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he fields it cleanly. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. So now the Bengals down 23 to 17. 2:13 remaining. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Fields. Wilson's got it complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. Back to throw. He's got it to Williams. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. He's back to throw. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Back to throw.
And remember,
a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. The completion to Riddick. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And now a carry here for their fullback. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The Steelers send out their punter now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. 1 possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And down inside the 15 he goes. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity, just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Steelers, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.